What's up, Church Media Pros? Today I want to talk about lighting for your announcement videos. Check it out. Welcome back to Church Media Pro. My name is Aaron Ward, and on this channel we talk about all things church media production and advertising. And today, guys, I want to talk lighting for your church announcement videos. Everybody that I know of, at least, is doing announcement videos. It makes it simpler. It keeps all your messages concise. It keeps your not only concise but shorter timing. You don't have to wait for somebody to walk up on stage, do an announcement. Some people talk longer than others. Some people don't talk as precisely as others, and so you don't have to memorize everything. You can edit up to the minute if you needed to. And let's talk about lighting within that. So my lighting setup is, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to show you an example, and so let's get on into it. Let's just start right in. My lighting setup for our church announcement videos is primarily shot actually on our stage. So let me show you actually the example before I even get into the lighting specifically. I've got it up here on preview. So this shot right here is from a recent video. This is our co-lead pastor. This is the pastor's wife. And this is one of our campus, or actually our multi-site pastor. He overlooks our campuses. But anyway, I think this frame looks fantastic. We've got some backlight from our stage. We've got this LED panel that's actually not really lighting them, but giving some texture. Please ignore this green ratchet strap, guys. I'm actually holding up quite a bit of weight on a pipe that's bolted to the wall to keep this LED wall from being unsafe. But as far as front light goes, there's stage lighting going on from the side. I've got some backlighting from the stage backwash as well, but their faces would not look this good if I didn't put a light source on them as well. So first thing I want to recommend is use what you have. Use your stage lighting, guys. Your stage is a familiar looking place for your audience to be to view your announcements in. They know where they're shot. They feel comfortable in this place. If you shoot it in a weird place, it could take them out of the worship environment. And I just highly recommend using your space well, and putting your audience in your space is important because they know where it is. They feel safe. They aren't distracted by anything in the background. So start there. And to your advantage, guys. You don't have to have a ton of extra lighting units. You don't have to set up a backlight. You don't have to set up any sort of side or hair lights or anything. I would just recommend getting yourself at least a key light to light the faces of the people you're shooting. But that's really it as far as lighting necessity. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I've used and what I currently use. So the first example here is the light panels Astra. This is the 6x. I've actually got the 4x. The 4x was not the original, but kind of the second light panel Astra Type 2 or 2.0 rather. The 6x is the most common right now, and I don't think they're going to update this. This has been around for quite a bit of time. It is the most solid 1 foot by 1 foot bi-color dimmable LED panel you'll find out there. This is on every single film set I've ever been on. I've been on some professional actual Hollywood film sets, guys, and they always have at least a couple of 1x1 panels on their grip trucks. And at $1,000, I think this is the most ubiquitous or most workhorse light there is out there. Now you can certainly get cheaper versions of this. I'm not going to rattle off names. I think Niwar is probably the cheapest, guys. But the problem with Niwar stuff is you're going to have LEDs burn out quickly. I've used plenty of different light panel, not light panels branded stuff that has burnt out after time, and light panels on the other hand has been, as the brand name, the Astra in particular, has been the most consistent LED panel out there, and I've not had any of them burn out. The only problem I've had is when one of the kids in our actually one of our pastor's kids ran into a light, and I didn't have it on a heavy duty stand. Thankfully nobody got hurt, but my light did hit the ground, and some of the soldering internally got busted up. But anyway, enough about that. This is the light that I use for that shot that I just showed you over here, and this is just lighting up their eyes and their face, guys. All the other lighting is generally the stage lighting that we already have. So I do put a Chimera on this. This is the light panels snap bag made by Chimera. It's a brand name that again, you can see Chimera on every single film set. It is the quintessential light diffusion softbox company. So it is a little bit more pricey. You can get cheaper ones of these. The Nanlite version is probably the cheapest way to go as far as things. I've not used the Vivatech, the Nanlite stuff I have used in the past, not the specific softbox, but I do think it would work for that light fixture. Moving on to something a little bit bigger, and this will brighten up if you don't have good front light, or if you want some better backlight for your subject. I would recommend getting the Aperture. In fact, the Aperture is what I'm using right now for this YouTube video at my desk. This is an amazing light. The C100 120D Mark II by Aperture is a very, very clean light. It's probably as clean, if not more so, than the light panel. It's a bigger source, brighter source, and you've got to get it, guys. You've got to get it with the light dome to make this even bigger of a source to really wrap light around your subject. The smaller the fixture, or the diffusion, the smaller it is, the more shadows you're going to get. The larger it is, the less shadows you get. And this is going to take this tiny fixture. See how this output as far as LEDs go is only about 1 inch by 1 inch round. So as opposed to the 1 foot by 1 foot LED panel here. Now the great thing about the Aperture is you put one of these huge softboxes on it, and it makes it as big as a softbox as far as the diameter of the light source. And this will really wrap light around the subject really nicely. It makes it so that you don't have to use as much fill. So if you don't have great lighting sources in your auditorium, especially for video, guys, I would highly recommend getting yourself the 120D. It's going to be a larger light fixture, a little bit less expensive actually. This is crazy because the Aperture, when I bought it, this exact lighting fixture was actually about twice as much. And with the softbox, I probably paid somewhere in the range of $1,400 when it came out. And so you're getting a huge deal on this, guys. In fact, I would recommend getting the Aperture 120D over the light panel as long as you have the time to set up. And that's the biggest difference, guys. When you take down this light dome, it takes you about 5 to 10 minutes just to deconstruct it because it's so well made and rigid that it's tough to put back in its bag. Where the light panels, you can even leave this on the stand half the time. It doesn't take up so much space, and you can just throw the Chimera on and off in like 30 seconds, no problem. You take this bag down, it's got Velcro in it, you collapse it, throw it in its bag, and it's put away within 30 seconds. Whereas the Aperture rather is a lot harder to put away, and actually a bit more fragile, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend just leaving this light out. I would put it in its nice case that it comes with. Fantastic light, guys, but is a little bit longer of a setup. If you can leave it set up, that's fantastic. If you have a space, maybe a studio space or a room that's not used as much that you can leave this set up in, that's fantastic. Then you're not worried about setup time. But if you are worried about setup time, I would recommend going with the light panel over the Aperture. So, and speaking of stands, I mentioned that before, the best stand in the industry is the Matthews C stand. This one has the extension arm and the gobo head. The gobo head is this little head up here. Has the head here to adjust the arm, and the base here is fantastic. This will, if you're on unlevel ground, if you want to be on a stairs, you can move the leg up to adjust to a stair, and these will come apart if you need them to. Matthews is the industry standard. Matthews is used on every single Hollywood film out there, guys, and so if you want to be professional, go with Matthews. all of the description, or all of the links to these products are in the description, guys. I do think Amazon is the way to go. I am an Amazon affiliate, so just full transparency there. If you click on any of my links and go to Amazon and purchase something, I do get a little bit of commission. That does help the channel, guys. So if you are interested in this stuff, check these links out before you make your next Amazon purchase. You do not have to purchase the things that I link to specifically in order for me to get supported. So just use my links. That would hugely help me continue to make this content, guys. So if you find any value there, and always please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to get more content just like this. And we will see you in the next video. God bless.